Hello, guys.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome to
NewsBlast.
Facebook Live. I'm Tara.
I'm Gary, most of the time.
What are you other time?
I can't tell you. That's the weekend.
Oh.
We don't talk about that.
That's like a thing
yeah.
that happens
yeah.
that we don't know about.
Our colors are kind of like, they're matching
Yeah, we're
nicely.
matching again today. When we get to match, it is a
Very,
very exciting day at the
yeah.
office. Your color is getting very close to the holiday
It is.
spirit over
It
here.
is. I'm very jolly.
You're the most jolly is Gary today.
Yes.
We have some jolly stories today in the spirit of the holiday.
Yes.
Some not so jolly. So
Tell you
bear
who's
with us.
Not jolly. George Zimmerman.
Not a jolly human.
A jolly guy.
At all.
For a lot of reasons.
Yes.
This is an interesting story. A story we broke over the weekend. George Zimmerman is, now if you don't remember George Zimmerman, he is the guy that shot and killed Trayvon Martin. Remember,
Yes.
17-year-old Trayvon Martin. He was tried. He was acquitted. He has had a lot of run-ins with the law since then. He was kind of the whole catalyst, or not catalyst, but it brought to light that whole kind of stand your ground thing out in Florida. And he's had a lot of run-ins with people who have disagreed with him over the years. His ex-wife. He's been very active. Now, there's a documentary being made about the Trayvon Martin incident, the trial, the whole thing.
His life.
Trayvon's life. It's based off of a book written by Lisa Bloom. It got optioned for a documentary, a docuseries that Jay-Z is making with actually the Weinstein Company, which is kind of, it's a whole side deal on that.
That'll be a whole thing.
Yeah, we'll get into that too. But basically, George Zimmerman called us, and he called Eric actually, and he was saying that the production crew, namely this executive producer named Michael Gasparo, has been harassing his family. That they showed up unannounced to his family's home in Florida. His parents, his uncle, he brought his mom to tears. They brought his mom to tears. That they were
demanding interviews. So in the course of that,
yes. So he now is holding Jay-Z responsible, and he said some.
choice words, shall we say?
It's so weird. It's even gone beyond it's disturbing to me. I don't know. When I heard them, they're disturbing.
Yeah, absolutely.
He said that one of the things is that
I know how to handle.
Yes, he says I know how to handle people who F with me. I have since February 2012, which is when he killed Trayvon Martin.
That's quite chilling.
Yes. I mean, also still shows he has zero remorse for any of that. And the fact that he would bring that and reference that back in with the Jay-Z thing it's troubling. It's very dark. It's very upsetting. But this is him. This is the way he feels. Now, he says that he wants to beat up Jay-Z and feed him to alligators.
Yeah, that was the next thing he said. He's like, anybody that F's with me,
Yes.
I will... Anyone that F's with my parents as well, I will feed them to an alligator.
Here's my problem with it, is he also references he believes that his ex-wife has gotten money to participate in this docuseries. We pressed him many, many times, and he would not say if his family agreed to these interviews. Like, he's saying that they harassed his family, they threatened them. He's not saying if his family ever agreed to go on camera. A lot of this, to me, is what sounded like he may be upset because either the amount of money that was promised to him or his family is not the same that he feels they deserve, maybe the same that his wife got, whatever it may be, but I think...
Maybe it was emotionally taxing if the mom was in tears and she called. And
I think there's another part to the story that we have not heard, that we have not heard what his... Because I know, and being in production, we deal with this a lot, it's like, it's really a long shot where you're just going to take a crew and just show up at somebody's house, like...
Yeah,
more than likely, they got invited or they knew that they were going to be there. I mean,
it's usually not the case that they would just show up.
Yeah, and then did they talk? Like, did they agree to go on camera and talk at a point? And maybe he's not happy with the way that went down. Maybe he's not happy with the way that something was said. I mean, a lot of times that happens too. You agree to be on a documentary. You say something that 20 minutes later you're like, oh crap, I shouldn't have said that. Well, that's the price you pay for being a part of the documentary, unfortunately. So... Yeah, so there's a whole lot here. Now, the people already, obviously, you invoke a name like Jay-Z, you're going to piss off people. And
There's a lot of people in this business
Snoop
who
Dogg.
are extremely protective of him,
Yeah,
including Snoop Dogg.
came to his defense right away.
Posted on Instagram.
Yeah, do you have what the exact quote he said?
Yeah, pretty quickly. He said he posted on Instagram pretty quickly, and he was like, "If one hair on Jay's head is touched, that's when the revolution will be televised."
He's not messing around.
Yeah, thank the system. Let this B-ass mother effer get away with murder and try it again.
I mean,
he was pretty clear that he
he's-
did not want Jay to be harmed
Absolutely.
in any way.
I mean, and Snoop has a lot of connections in this world, not just entertainment, but in the world, as does Jay-Z. And I don't know, I don't want to make George Zimmerman any sort of martyr or anything like that by having like hip hop heads go after him, but like this is what this guy brings upon himself. He kind of says these, obviously very controversial things. In this type of society and in this climate, in this time, I mean, Snoop
Probably
Dogg.
not the wisest.
Yeah, and you might as well just say it. Snoop Dogg, Jay-Z are role models in the culture. They're not just hip hop culture, but world culture. They are people that have they're looked up to by young people. They're moguls. They're self-made.
And their voices in this climate and on these issues.
Yeah, George Zimmerman's famous for killing somebody. So. I mean, I don't know. That's where we're at with that, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, we one person I really want to hear from is the executive producer, that's Michael Gasparo, because I think that's going to shed a lot of light on what exactly happened, and I think we'll see a little more into what's going on with old Zimmerman.
What actually may have gone down.
Violence is not the answer, though. By the way, and feeding people to alligators, not the answer either.
It's not a nice thing to say, George
Yes.
Zimmerman. Moving on to something sort of happy-sad, I would say. As we've been keeping you guys informed about, there are quite a few fires raging throughout Southern California. And this weekend, actually, the Thomas Fire in Santa Barbara got particularly bad. And we have a couple different celebrities that have homes up there and, are being forced to evacuate. But one of my favorite celebrities, actually, Rob Lowe, decided to get in on the action and grab a hose and help the firefighters.
Rob Lowe's the real deal. I mean,
right?
he's got a gigantic home out there. So he's been kind of chronicling a lot of this since especially the Thomas Fire started, and it's getting bigger and stronger. Yeah, so he just grabbed. So this is like the Cal Fire teams are out there. He grabbed a hose and just started spraying down stuff. Now, the evacuations in the area that he's at have been going on for a couple weeks, or I think a week now, because it's really, really bad. Like you can literally see the flames from his house. But he's
they're
staying,
mandatory.
Mandatory. He's staying. He's helping out. And then he also fed all the firefighters.
How cool is that? Yeah. Look at the bomb meal that Rob Lowe got for these guys. Oh, it's making me so hungry. But that was so incredibly kind of him.
I like spaghetti and burgers. That's
that's
a cool combination.
I was gonna say that's
fire. There you
great.
Go.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. But that's very cool. I mean,
delicious.
it's just these guys are working. The guys and gals are working their butts off out there, and it's very, very nice that they kind of treated everybody.
And give them again like using his platform. Sort of.
Yes, it's good. He was also posting. There was one of the firefighters actually lost his life fighting this Thomas Fire, and then he actually has been posting about the guy's family, and it just really. I think he posted a GoFundMe a few days ago and stuff. It's just really good.
Amazing.
And the community, everybody's coming together. I mean, and he's not the only celebrity. So I mean, he actually lives near Ellen, I believe, too. She recently had to leave her home. Oprah. In Montecito out there, she had to evacuate take all her pets.
So scary.
Mark Summers. I don't remember
One
Mark
of
Summers from
course
Double Dare.
I do. Double Dare on Nickelodeon too.
Also, he had that really good. He had is it the greatest thing I've ever eaten? Or there's like a Food Network show where he hosts a food show too. That's really, really good.
I'm gonna have to track that down. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Mark Summers is a nice throwback.
He's nice, but
to my childhood.
Yes, we spoke with him over the weekend because he's right in that evacuation zone. He actually he left, but his family had already kind of got a bunch of their stuff. They got it together because they were told last weekend that they may have to evacuate. He was able to save a bunch of stuff just though because they were preparing, and so
and he was like, anything we didn't take, that kind of stuff can be replaced. Like we took everything that matters, which for any of your things to
Do
go
you,
on
do you
planes
think
would
he
be
has some
awful.
cool Double Dare memorabilia in there?
I'm sure he does. I really hope that went in the like we're saving this.
He better
stuff
have, like, if I
boxes.
had a big house and I was Mark Summers, I would have the course. I would just have like that whole
Yes.
last course.
Oh my
in there.
God, I would
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
I really hope that that's in Mark
Or like,
Summers' house.
he probably gets a lifetime supply of that slime,
I
too.
was gonna say
Yeah.
if he should
What is that stuff made out
slime
of,
the
by the way?
fires.
Because they used to do that on Nickelodeon all the time too. Slime people.
I always wondered when you get slimed, whether it's Kids' Choice Awards or whatever, it definitely gets like in your orifices, for lack of a better word.
Whoa.
So like your eyes, your mouth, like it has to be safe in some way, right?
Sure.
Like you have to be able to like kind of ingest a little bit of it and not
Yeah.
die.
Are you ready for what that's made of?
Yeah.
Tell us.
Vanilla pudding, applesauce, oatmeal, and green food coloring.
So
Vanilla
slime is
pudding,
delicious.
applesauce, oatmeal, and green food coloring.
That actually sounds really good.
That sounds super good. The oatmeal
Maybe
is
not
a
when it's
little
warm.
like, I don't know, like that sounds like a texture I'm not really about. I mean,
Yeah.
I like oatmeal separately from
It's not in your
vanilla pudding.
orifices.
I don't know if I'm down
Yeah. What do we got
to
next?
be eating a ton of slime. But yeah, everybody who is affected, stay safe.
Yep.
Glad those guys are helping out. It's very
Yep.
cool.
Iggy Azalea.
Iggy Azalea did the
This
funniest
is a great.
thing
This is
today.
a great story. Yeah. Well, everyone got really excited for a second. and
Yeah.
I like her. I will admit I was a
Mm-hmm.
little bit on like the bandwagon like a couple years ago where everyone was like didn't like her, but
Oh, really?
I know I don't and I apologize, Iggy. I don't know why I was on
know.
that train.
Sometimes
just-
you get caught up. It happens.
It's mass hysteria, but she's awesome, and like I love that
She's
she doesn't pull any
amazing.
punches.
No, not at all. And she's like super hardworking, and I think she's insanely talented.
She's great.
Like,
So
yeah,
she
I
went.
love her.
She was spotted at dinner at this place called Craig's in
Super
Hollywood.
trendy,
Yes,
West
all
Hollywood.
the celebrities go to Craig's. Delicious chicken parm, I hear. She was there around the same time as ex-fiance Nick Young was there. So they
were
weren't
photographed.
photographed going in together. They weren't photographed leaving. However, when we got in this morning, a lot of the articles that were already up were reading that they rekindled at Craig's and had dinner together. And so we were
They
like,
were spotted there on the same night.
yeah, we're like, wow, this is crazy. Like, wow, this is a big story. Like, they haven't really been out together. So we start writing it. Then we see that Iggy starts tweeting because she must have. By the way, kudos to her for being up on the news cycle.
Yeah,
like, That's
really.
like up early. Usually, like somebody and like an entertainer, they don't get up until like now, and then they start
Right.
commenting on a story from like 6 hours ago.
Yeah, if she's in Hollywood, because she was in West Hollywood last night, so presumably she's still here, and she was up and ready to dispel any rumor that
She
was
said,
going to be written
yeah,
about
she
her.
said that we just went to dinner at the same place. She said we were actually there like 4 hours apart. So the unfortunate thing about LA is that there are not many places to eat. You can be in the middle of one of the most important dinner meetings of your life, and randomly your ex and all his friends walk in the same place. Now,
Hashtag awkward.
a couple interesting things I read into that. One, I want to know what was the most interesting dinner that she would like. She must
One
have
of
been
the
at
most
some
important
meal.
meetings of her life. What
That was
does
a big.
that mean?
That was a big thing.
Yeah.
The other thing is Craig's. I've never been. I hear it's great. There's lots of other places to eat in LA. Like that's
Yes.
ridiculous.
LA is a very large city.
Yeah,
There's
it's like
plenty of places to
yeah,
eat.
if you want to get on camera going to dinner, everybody knows. You go to Craig's, you go to Catch, you go to the Ivy, you go to Dantana's, maybe not so much anymore. But like, like there, these places, everybody knows where all the cameras are.
Right.
You go to Craig's because you want to be seen. Like if you go to Craig's because you're eating meatloaf, which is pretty good, but you're eating next to Ozzy Osbourne and like Sharon, and that's the cool part.
There's only like a few celebrities that like.
Yeah,
won't
so
get
it's
photographed
not.
there.
Yeah, but kudos to her. And then she started. Well, she deleted a bunch of her tweets, but she started like
She
lashing out at
did.
the people who were reporting it. But it was like funny stuff. Like it was
They were
Christmas themed.
so good. So she sent to this
It was like the ornament.
one. Yes. Oh my God. It was the ornament one.
Yeah.
And then she also said something about, I hope that your hot cocoa is filled with
Oh, diarrhea.
Diarrhea for the next 5
oh, yeah,
winters.
Diarrhea, and like I hope you cut your finger open on a Christmas ornament. Like it was like
Iggy.
scathing tweets, but they were like full of
I
Christmas
was
cheer,
gonna
so
say,
it
but they
kind of
were
made it
kind
okay.
of clever.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, and
I was
pretty
okay with it.
hilarious. I was like, Iggy, you are putting this guy on blast.
Also,
right now.
very early to be that witty.
Yeah,
It was
I was
like-
impressed. And she went out to dinner last night.
I know.
She is on point in the morning. I'm impressed.
Very good.
But yeah, that was pretty funny. I actually, I also say kudos to her for sort of coming to her defense, her own defense, to be like, hey,
Yeah.
we're not back together, and like this was, The other thing she said too was she was a little scathing to Nick Young to be like, we broke up and he like put a human inside somebody else.
He did. That was actually one of the reasons they broke up.
Yep.
Sometimes,
very quick.
like, oh God, it's like, why couldn't you just understand? It's like, what's the big deal, It happens.
Unfortunately,
Sometimes people get pregnant.
I went to the store and made a baby.
Yeah, I don't know. Went up for milk and
happened?
came back, I have a kid. It's
And
all
then we
right.
ended up at dinner at the same place.
Yeah. All right.
Oopsie.
Speaking of dinner,
Yes.
Mom's spaghetti. Everybody
Throwback.
loves Mom's spaghetti.
Lose yourself.
Eminem, yeah. Eminem had a pop-up shop in New York City over the weekend, right?
He is the coolest.
Actually, no, this was in Detroit. Good for him.
That's
Yeah, it's Detroit.
there's
God.
a classic Eminem move.
God, that's Eminem.
Oh,
He
yeah.
kept it. He doesn't.
Hometown.
Yes, Eminem was Detroit, so they set up a revival pop-up shop, and they had a bunch of merch and such stuff for the album. The best thing though, they were literally serving Mom's spaghetti, the classic line from Lose Yourself.
Those are good prices too.
Well, it's pop-up shop prices.
Yeah, I guess, but
I
that,
love it. It's like it's a good.
I'm like
it's a
I
good
would
price.
pay.
The
$5
$8 is
for
the
some
$8 with the
spaghetti.
meatballs with spaghetti, or is that just $8? Oh, with meatballs.
$8.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
exactly.
okay.
If you want to add some meatballs. it's
Skitty
$8.
sandwich.
That's still
Skitty
pretty.
sandwich. Where did the skitty
That's still
sandwich
really
be?
good.
That's what I was thinking too. Can I do that?
Skitty sandwich. Oh my god.
Pop. What's pop? $3. Oh, like
soda pop. Detroit.
It's Detroit. Yeah.
Gotta get on the.
Sorry,
terms
Detroit. We
here.
call that soda. Give me the clicker so I can change the channel.
tuner.
Yeah, the tuner.
That was amazing.
But he showed up.
Yeah.
He showed up. He was signing autographs.
eating.
He was eating. Eminem usually doesn't do this type of marketing. Like he's usually not. I've never met Eminem. I just see like that's kind of like what he's kind of known for, not participating in a lot of that
His
stuff. But
promo style is a little mysterious.
yeah,
and
but
a
he's
little-
but he's always there for the fans, and it's so cool that he showed up. I mean, he's still wearing the hoodie,
I was
but
gonna say he's in full out Detroit
he's there. I
winter
know
gear.
he does. He looks very warm.
Yes, he looks super warm and just like excited and happy to be there.
It's
and
cool.
See his fans.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I honestly like that spaghetti looked so delicious.
It did. It made me want to have spaghetti.
I was like, dude,
We will.
that
have
is
it on
a
my
really
sweater.
smart idea for a pop-up shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely no,
Arms are
no
heavy.
like terrible bodily functions
No.
involved. Like,
No
just-
vomiting.
Just pure happiness in your tummy. That's what that was.
Speaking of pure happiness in your tummy. Not
I
going
don't know
back
if
to the
it's
Nick
in your
Young
tummy
story.
or not.
Justin
but
Bieber.
Yes, Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber just
he's
makes
pure
you feel
happiness,
warm and
like,
fuzzy
Yeah,
inside.
in my heart.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
He's
That is,
great.
he's Selena's, but.
You are you a believer? A little bit. Have you always been a believer? Or-
Since one of my really good
Since
friends.
YouTube, just because you're young enough,
Yeah,
and you probably
exactly.
grew up with like.
One of my really good friends was in his One Time video, and so we used to watch it on repeat
Oh my
all the
gosh.
time, and yeah, it became a favorite.
Pretty great.
So yeah, I've been a believer for a little bit.
He's in the holiday
longer than
spirit.
I'd like to admit. He is in the holiday spirit right now.
Yeah.
I think this is like one of the
pretty
greatest
cool.
ways you can spend your money.
One of the greatest ways you can spend your money. How about we just go?
Income,
I think this is a way you can spend your money.
and then maybe donating it.
This
or,
costs dollars.
This cost, I guarantee you, this was not cheap.
Yeah.
First of all, okay,
Good
so
for
he
him.
decked out his G-Wagon, his Mercedes
It's like a
G-Wagon.
$200,000 car. I want the North Pole print, please.
Some North Pole on this car. He put what
Yeah.
kind of looks like mostly Santa and Snowman and polar bear, like emoji-style characters.
I love it.
It's at a Christmas tree and bows and just like it's snowing all over the car. This looks dope. I really want to know like what shop he walked into. And
West
was
Coast
like,
Customs.
There you go.
He goes to he does all his stuff there.
But
This
like
is
how he said it, just like, hey, yo, can you like
yo,
make it
put me
Christmas?
in the Christmas spirit, yo.
Yeah. They were like, okay.
Here's my only problem with it.
All right.
If you're gonna do it, go for it. Like he should have had. There's no lights, no blinking
you're
lights.
right.
That's a really good
Like
point.
he should have had
It's all
something.
print.
Wheels.
No,
come
the
on.
wheels where you put that one light that like
Yeah.
spins so it looks all good.
Where you put the reindeer ears
reindeer
on top of the
ears,
roof.
something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or on the headlights.
Yeah, or
you do like Rudolph's nose on the
or like in the
what's it
Santa
called?
Claus, you get the hot cocoa dispenser inside. Where you like press the button.
See, that would be the best
And
thing
make it
ever.
cookie.
You would definitely have a lot of
Exhibit
people
needs to
stopping
pimp
you.
this ride up Christmas style. Like full, you gotta,
Yes.
and also like it should only like, he should have like huge like subwoofers in it, but only play like Christmas music.
That would
like-
be amazing. And ride around those windows.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
Bieber's also one of those celebrities.
Also,
that, like, go.
the Mercedes thing should have been a red nose like Rudolph.
I said that.
Oh,
yes.
did you?
Yeah,
God.
but you and I are on the same page with what that means. Like, that would have been a perfect place to put the red nose.
What the hell's going on
I don't know
here?
why he didn't do that.
And he should have put like a big bag in the back like toys.
And be like Santa's sleigh.
Yeah.
He
so
really
he
is
almost
like
went through it.
slaying in this
Little elf legs hanging out
Yeah.
the back.
So, oh, that would have been funny. That would have been
400
really funny.
400 horsepower.
Yeah. Okay. There's a lot of things he could have done
Horse
here.
ring
So
and
he
Christmas
almost did it.
Yeah,
he almost did it.
he went really close, but he's one of those celebrities that like he loves to just ride around Los Angeles and be like, "This is the car I have,"
It was
and
great.
like show everyone.
But he's luckily for him, he can afford like after New Year's, you take down your lights. Like he's gonna get it
Right.
rewrapped. Me, like I would, it'd be like June, and I would still be like driving around in the Christmas car and be all like scuffed up and be like, "Leave it alone, it's fine. Don't worry about it."
Yeah, I really hope that he's just like showing this off for a little bit too long.
He should do every holiday. That'd be great.
Valentine's Day G-Wagon.
Yeah, Halloween.
Oh my gosh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Notice
St.
no
Patrick's
Hanukkah,
Day.
no Hanukkah representation
Yeah, well,
on that.
okay. It was a little blue with the snow.
Oh, that's it.
You know, so
Just
like,
the fact that
maybe
he can
a
afford the
little-
G-Wagon, that's the Hanukkah part.
That's
Yeah, happy Hanukkah.
The Hanukkah section. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we should get a menorah on it. You know,
I'm down with that.
We'll figure it out, Bieber. We're gonna have
pretty
to
cool.
like go to the shop.
Him and
tell
Selena
how to wrap it.
should drive around too, just like Mr. and Mrs. Santa and Mrs. Claus.
Yes, just a Santa hat for each of them, and just like you said, pump Christmas music.
Yeah, it really should be.
Everybody would be so happy.
Even if I wouldn't even care if it was his Christmas song that he did, as long as it was a Christmas song. Like, cause that sounds more like
That'd be
Bieber.
amazing.
He'd be bumping like his own Christmas song, which is fine. It's just a Christmas song.
it's all good. Yeah. It
Yeah,
just
or
has
the
to be-
horn, like when you hit it, it goes. "Do, do, 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 do."
Just
I
hang
hope
out the
that's
window
public domain.
screaming.
Something, yeah. Something.
I really hope that I get to see this car
Yeah, it's pretty
driving
great.
around. It is awesome. And
think
one
that's
day
it.
when I can afford a G-Wagon,
You're gonna wrap it.
I'm
in-
gonna wrap it.
Something tells me yours will be
Like
wrapped
Santa.
in like Barbie or something like that, or
Probably really pink.
very,
The most pink
very pink, like
that it can
Elwoods.
get.
Yeah.
Yes, that's all I ever wanted. When I was little, I had a like Barbie Corvette, like with like the little car, like you know how the
Yeah.
boys have like Jeeps.
Yeah.
I had a little pink Barbie Corvette that I used to drive around in. It was awesome. Maybe
There you
Santa
go.
will get me that this year
Santa.
in real life. Yeah.
Oh, Santa better get a job. And a good insurance policy.
It'd be cheap. Yep,
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway.
I think with that, it's a good kick off our holiday week here.
Yes, we have so many amazing holiday things on the site. As we always say, gift guides, holiday fashion guides and ideas.
Yeah.
I need that right now. I don't know what I'm gonna wear for Christmas. So
You don't know what you're gonna wear?
No, I gotta get my celeb approved look. It's very important that I'm
you have
on
to get
trend.
that
I got my gram game.
That's
Gotta
great.
be on.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Gonna go to the blast
Do
to
it.
make sure I get that information. You guys should go to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to us on YouTube,
Apple News.
Apple News,
Google News.
Google News.
Yes, we're on Google now. If you like Google stories, we're like
Yes,
on
Google
Google.
us.
I don't even heard of Google.
So, yeah, we're heard. I don't know
I don't know
if
if you've heard of that Google thing.
We just heard about it.
It's
and
a real-
It's apparently great. Yeah. Who knew? Google knew.
We might be on Bing somewhere. But
Bing.
Don't go there.
Ned Ryerson. Bing. All right, guys. Take care.
See you tomorrow.